here at PDAC 2020 in the MTCC in downtown Toronto, Ontario. I'm your host, Danielle Fernandez, and we're with the Follow the Money Investor Group booth on the north side of the convention center. I'm here today with Nicole Brewster. Nicole is the president and CEO and director of Renforth Resources. Nicole, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
All right, shall we dive in?
Let's go. Let's do it.
All right. I was wondering if you would mind giving me and our listeners and watchers an overview of Renforth and what you guys are up to. And then we're going to get to these a little bit later.
Shiny things later?
Shiny.
Okay, so Renforth Resources, it's a publicly traded company. It trades on the CSE, symbols RFR. We have 7 wholly owned properties. We're gold focused. Our properties, 6 of them are in Quebec, 1 is in Ontario, so our jurisdictional risk is non-existent for us. Of our 5 properties in Quebec, 2 have gold resources located on the Cadillac Break. Cadillac Break is a very prolific, it's Canada's largest gold structure. Goes from the west side of Kirkland Lake all the way to the east side of Val d'Or. And my friends who live in the neighborhood call it the Cadillac Vault because gold just keeps coming out of it.
Nice.
So our 2 resource properties, we have the big boys are our neighbors. Our current exploration focus is at New Alger, 1.4 kilometers of the Cadillac Break with a secondary structure that mirrors the break, possibly doubling our exposure to gold in quartz veins. But the big boys, our neighbor, we're contiguous to Agnico Eagle's La Ronde mine, which is their crown jewel, and the former, the historic O'Brien mine. Our other resource property is Parbec, and we're contiguous to the Canadian Malartic mine. We're right beside Canada's largest open pit gold mine. And our neighbors, we share a structure with them, and they're actually drilling their half right now, so that's exciting.
Cool.
But it means we're not working at Parbec because we're waiting for the big boys to spend their money.
Well played.
We're spending ours at New Alger.
I was wondering if you would mind just take a quick second and tell me how you got into this, because it's pretty cool to be the president and CEO of a resource mining company as a female.
There's not too many of us, I'll give you that. Personally, my background is dual. I was in the capital markets. I was a stockbroker. I stopped that when I had kids because, you know, you can't juggle everything.
Can't do it all, yeah.
But as a kid, I grew up with an exploration geologist as a father, and my summer jobs were fun things like splitting kimberlite core by hand.
That's awesome.
And then I went into the computer modeling of exploration data and 3D work. I'm old enough that I was doing it when it first started. It's well beyond what I do now. Lots of you younger kids are much better at it. But I was therefore a contractor in the exploration business. I was owed personally with my partners a lot of money by Renforth once upon a time. So 7 years ago, I ended up being president of the company. Our stock is much more expensive. And unfortunately, none of us saw the downturn in exploration coming because I never thought it would take this long to get back to where people are starting to talk about exploration
Some
again.
buzz. Yep. So, you know, having said that, you've had some recent news come out, so maybe you could...
We are actively exploring right now. You saw me getting the update on my phone from my geologist a few minutes ago, real time. We're drilling at New Alger. New Alger, as I told you, is 1.4 kilometers of the Cadillac Break with a secondary structure. We're drilling in the mine area. We released the first drill hole of that program about a week ago, and we've got 3 more. We're going for deeper pierce points on the quartz veins, which are carrying gold. They're surrounded. What differentiates us from a lot of the gold and quartz vein mines is we have alteration around the veins. So we get wider widths, a little more predictable, a little easier to model.
Okay.
The people like it better because it's more consistent.
Okay.
And so we're drilling on the Cadillac Break, and we're also at the same time, we're updating our resource for that property and in fact for Parbec. And what you'll see is a resource come out, which is going to demonstrate that we have open pits today, economically derived open pits with gold on surface beside the Trans-Canada Highway.
Okay.
So that's what we've got going on. And we've got
trying to picture this beside the Trans-Canada Highway.
The Trans-Canada Northern Route, which is Highway 117. The mine, you can see one of the old shafts from the highway. It's fenced in. Wow. The second one's a little further back. The Cadillac Break is going under the highway. It's a bad corner, that highway, lots of crosses. So straightening that highway out is not unprecedented in the area and would in fact be good. It's a dangerous highway because it's fast-moving vehicles. So the mine's in the area, and then 250 meters to the south, there's a high ground, and the discovery veins are on top of the high ground.
Okay, that makes sense.
The discovery veins in the mine are actually joined at 300 feet deep. So we will start working this spring, summer, you'll see us do some blasting on the discovery veins. They're the easy thing to go to first. But say we did do an open pit, we'd start on the discovery veins, get deep enough, and be able to go back to the mine underground.
Right. Okay, makes sense.
Not a geologist. That's just the basic logical way to do things.
Yeah, I like that. I like the layman's terms.
Yeah,
simplified,
layman's terms.
So, yeah. Now, can you speak to the shiny things?
Of course. So I have 2 samples.
Shiny things.
So this is actually what I spoke about. It's gold in blue-black quartz, and the green is alteration around the quartz veining. So that's called spectacular gold. It's coarse gold, which actually causes us trouble. When we assay it, assaying grinds rock and gold is soft, so it smears it. And they grind the rock and they put it through screens. And they assay what makes it through the screens. But if you smear your gold and flatten it out, it doesn't make it through the screens.
Oh, okay.
So we've just done some re-assaying of the rejects from our first assays and assaying what's in the screens. And we found that, generally speaking, it's giving us a higher gold number. Like something that assayed 0.2 the first time, which is not that exciting a number. 0.35 is an open pit cutoff. 0.2 is below cutoff. We re-assayed it for metallic screen, came back at 2 grams. 2 grams is a more important number. It's scary. That's the nugget effect.
Huh.
And then the alteration. So that's what it looks like. This is half a piece of core. So when we drill, everything we do is for something that big. And that came out of the Cadillac break.
Wow. Wild.
Yeah.
Okay. It's actually lighter.
The gold's heavier. If you find a piece of rock the same size that's not got gold in it, that's how we tell when we're moving the core boxes if there's gold in it. They get heavier. They get really heavy.
Yeah, okay, that makes logical sense.
Because gold's heavier.
Okay.
So.
Cool.
This one, it's a funky looking little one. It's from our Nixon Bartleman property in northwestern Ontario. It's west of Timmins. It's gold in quartz veining, and this is a specimen sample that the one of the prior holders had this sample. He's passed away. There are 5 of them in existence. It's gold in quartz veining on surface over about 500 meters. We last explored this in 2014, where we went out and we have the one vein system we knew about. We extended it, we found another one behind it, and we haven't been back to the property since. So this summer, we're actually going to work on this property.
Got it.
So there will be some exciting things. There you go.
Thanks.
Gold in quartz again. And there'll be some exciting things happen this summer, from resource update, final drill numbers, metallurgical work to characterize the ore at Discovery Vein, blasting at Discovery Vein, field work at Nixon Bartleman. We have a copper discovery beside the Canadian Malartic gold mine. We're going to do some work on the copper discovery. That's totally new, but we're starting from 175 meters of exposed rock carrying copper and high-grade silver, and we're going to try and build it out and see what it really is. So lots happening.
Thank you very much for the update. Good luck with all of that. Thank you for bringing these on. For somebody like me, this is really cool to see them live and in person.
If you want to follow kind of how we do and what I do, we do all the social media. I do it, so I do the old people's social media. But I also, you can sign up via our website, renforthresources.com. I write a newsletter that accompanies every press release, because the press releases are kind of technical and dense.
Yes, they
are.
And
then I write a newsletter that kind of says, okay, hey guys, this is what we've been doing. This is why we're doing it. This is why you want to actually see this press release.
That is helpful.
Because of the 3 pages of legalese and forward-looking statement warnings, there's like 3 sentences in there as a shareholder or just an interested bystander you should know about. And that's free. It costs you nothing.
Nicole, that was a big pleasure. Thank you very much for doing this.
Thank you. Have a good day. Thanks, guys.